Yusei versus Yuya, Arc 5 versus 5Ds. I love the title of this. Pod Desires equals broken. Nope. Strong? Yes. Broken? No.
World Championship qualifier, everyone.
Who put a cheese grater to my ear?
And I'm an entertainment duelist. I hope you all find this tournament exciting, and I hope you're all having a great time.
Oh, I'm having an incredible time. I've seen lots of cool new cards and strategies that I can't wait to test out.
Arc 5 is not one of them because of Michael here.
That's great.
No offense to the actual voice actor, but
my name is Yusei Fudo, and I'm a turbo duelist.
He voices all four
Perhaps
of the
you've seen my red motorcycle outside. I love the fast pace and speed of a duel.
Why is this the main character? Also, this isn't me.
Dueling?
Very professional, Mega Capital G. Very professional.
Dueling is best when it's done for the entertainment of an audience. Don't
yes,
you
I'm
agree?
okay with insulting Mega Capital G because I'm
I
punching
don't see
up.
why a duel can't be fast-paced and exciting.
Punch down your ability to punch
with
up.
Really loud music played behind it. That's better. While also entertaining the crowd. How about you and I duel, Yuya? That way I can test out some new strategies and we can put on a show for this great audience.
How the fuck are they gonna
of
fuck up
16
Yusaki?
and thousands out there.
That is a fantastic idea.
Watch out, Yuya.
Into the
I'm not pulling any punches.
Just make it something green.
Let's rev it up.
And they'll probably give it to
It's
Ignis, but who knows?
showtime.
There's something strange about this Yuya character. I can't underestimate his abilities.
Don't worry, I
I'd
can't
better be
understand Arc
careful.
5 either. You're not alone
I
there,
set two
Yusei.
cards face down and end my turn.
Is that all you got?
Yes.
I'll start things off by summoning Performapal Skull Crobat Joker to my field.
Oh boy. Yuya starts with a Van card, and he'll end with a
My
Van
Skull
card.
Crobat Joker's effect lets me add a Performapal, Magician,
no
or
ban
Odd
list in
Eyes
the
monster
game.
from my deck to my hand. I'll activate its effect to do just that.
Whoa!
There's no ban list
That's
in
a
the
lot
anime.
of
Much like
searching
how there's no
abilities
ban list in
attached
the
to just
actual
one
game.
monster.
Konami,
I can
where
tell
is
that
it?
you're relying on your Skull Crobat Joker to unite the different monsters in your deck. That's why I'm activating a powerful effect of my own. I discard Effect Vealer from my hand to negate the effect of your Performapal Skull Crobat Joker.
Here's a question. If we don't
As
get a
nice
new ban
as it
list
would have been to search for any
June, does
card
that
I
mean
want,
that we just
I
keep the
have
same
plenty
ban
more
list for the
cards
entire
already in my
format?
hand.
Maybe they just be
Let's
like,
swing
"Hey,
into
who knows?"
action! Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to put the pendulum scales in place.
Pendulum scales. What in the name of red motorcycles are you talking about?
Oh, I will tell you, Yusei. Don't you know
Yusei's
what
in the
pendulum
spot
scales
that
are?
frickin'
You can't
Yugi
pendulum
was
summon
in
without them.
just
I can't.
a bunch of years
what
ago.
the hell are you talking about?
Oh, I'll show you.
About 5
and
years
the
ago.
crowd.
That was in
I
2011.
activate Performapal
Yugi
Odd
missed
Eyes
him.
Light Phoenix and Performapal Odd Eyes Unicorn in my pendulum zones.
Wait, what's a pendulum zone?
So you
Pendulum zones are where pendulums go.
What on earth are you talking about, man?
Arc 5.
I will
so
tell
now
you.
Say no till they get about
Pendulum
freaking
monsters are unique cards that are spells and monsters. They can be placed in a pendulum zone as a spell card or summoned in the monster zone as a monster card.
Okay, and what do they do?
win.
Each pendulum card has a separate effect depending on whether it's in the pendulum zone or the monster card zone. But most importantly, each pendulum card placed in one of my 2 pendulum zones gives me a pendulum scale. Performapal Odd Eyes Light Phoenix gives me a pendulum scale of 3, while Performapal Odd Eyes Unicorn gives me a pendulum scale of 8. Now I can perform a pendulum summon.
I really hope
This
some virtual
isn't
world
good.
in the future doesn't
Oh,
screw
no,
over my
it
entire
isn't.
summoning mechanic.
Since the cards in my 2 pendulum zones have scales of 3 and 8, I can special summon any number of monsters with levels 3 and 8. I'll special summon my level 6 Performapal Bubble Bow Wow
Bubble
with
what?
2,300 attack points, and my level 7 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon
Odd
with
Eyes is here,
2,500
surprise.
attack points to the field.
Just like that, you're able to summon 2 high-level monsters at once? This is insane!
Basically.
Yeah, that's the power of the
Me,
pendulum
when I first
summon.
realized what pendulums
Now
did.
it's time
What the
to attack.
fuck?
I'm gonna
What's the
wipe
next
you
time
out with
mechanic gonna
one
be?
single
Special summon
attack.
monsters from
What?
the deck? Then what's the point
Yes,
of drawing?
sir. I attack with Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon and activate the effect of the Performapal Odd Eyes Unicorn in the Pendulum Zone. While my Performapal Odd Eyes Unicorn is face up in my Pendulum Zone, I can increase the attack points of an attacking Odd Eyes monster by the attack points of one of my Performapal monsters. I'll increase my Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon's attack points by the attack points of Performapal Bubble Bow Wow, giving it a grand total of 4,800 attack points. You're finished, Yusei. It looks like the entertainment isn't going to last as long as I hoped.
Hold it right there, Yuya. I activate Defense Draw.
I'm going to assume you're activating that because I can't see it.
This card defends me from your attack and lets me draw one card from my deck. My life points are safe.
You're still in trouble. Performapal Skullcrobat Joker, attack Yusei directly.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Now it's my Bubble Bow Wow's turn to attack. Bubble Bow Wow, finish Yusei off.
I activate Scrap Iron Scarecrow.
Yusei blocks everything.
This card negates your monster's attack and then goes back face down so I can use it again later.
Oh, since you didn't even know what a pendulum summon was, I thought this was going to be a quick and easy duel. But it looks like I was wrong.
That'd have been
you
some
made it through one of my strongest opening plays. It's your move.
My turn. I draw. First, I special summon Unknown Synchron from my hand. As long as you control a monster and I don't, I can special summon this monster to the field.
The Cyber Dragon
Next,
effect.
I activate 1 for 1.
Ooh.
This spell card lets me send a monster from my hand to my graveyard to special summon a level 1 monster from my deck. I send Quillbolt Hedgehog to my graveyard to special summon Tuning Wear. Next, I summon Synchron Carrier. This card lets me normal summon an additional Synchron monster this turn.
You have no cards in hand,
I'll tune my level 1 Unknown Synchron and my level 1 Tuning Wear and my level 2 Synchron Carrier. Come forth, Armory Arm.
Okay, I didn't see that coming.
A synchro summon?
That's right, Yuya. Whenever my Tuning Wear is used in a synchro summon, I get to draw a card. Next, I activate this spell card, Tuning.
Okay.
This card lets me add a Synchron Tuner monster from my deck to my hand, and then send the top card of my deck to my graveyard. I'll add Junk Synchron to my hand and then discard the top card of my deck. Are you still with me?
I sure am.
Now I'll use the extra summon granted to me by my Synchron Carrier to normal summon Junk Synchron.
Does that effect actually continue?
I activate Junk Synchron's effect to special summon Tuning Wear back from my graveyard.
I favor the bullshit
Welcome back, Tuning Wear. It's been too long. Next, I activate the effect of my Quillbolt Hedgehog. While I control a tuner like Junk Synchron, I can special summon Quillbolt Hedgehog from my graveyard.
Hedgehog.
I see you have your own ways of summoning multiple monsters to the field.
That's right.
The usual
But it doesn't
way.
stop there. Now it's time for a second synchro summon.
At this point, you have the special summons to be renamed the normal summon. The normal summons should be renamed the special summon.
And level 2
normal summons are
Hedgehog.
rarer than special summons nowadays.
I synchro summon Stardust Charge Warrior.
Okay.
When Stardust Charge Warrior is summoned, I get to draw a card. Plus, I get to draw an additional card for using Tuning Wear in its synchro summon. That means I draw a total of 2
Before
cards
the hard
from my
ones per
deck.
turn.
My Performapal Bubble Bow Wow and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon are both stronger than your Stardust Charge Warrior and your Armory Arm.
We'll see
Well,
about
they
that.
won't be for long, my new friend. I activate Armory Arm's effect. I equip
Don't
my
become friends with
Armory
Yuya,
Arm
he'll
to
just
Stardust
absorb
Charge Warrior to increase my Stardust Charge Warrior's attack points by
worse, become
1,000
more grating.
to a grand total of 3,000. Whenever my Stardust Charge Warrior destroys one of your monsters and sends it to the graveyard, while equipped with Armory Arm, you lose life points equal to your monster's attack points.
They aren't going to the graveyard.
My Stardust Charge Warrior also has a special ability that lets it attack all of your monsters. You're finished, Yuya.
No.
Stardust Charge Warrior, attack and destroy Yuya's Performapal Skullcrobat Joker.
Shame this doesn't work
Since
because
my Stardust Charge Warrior has 3,000 attack
often.
points, and your Skullcrobat Joker only has 1,800 attack points, let's do the math. You lose 1,200 life points.
You know I failed math?
Then,
No, I'm kidding.
thanks to my Armory Arms effect, you'll lose another 1,800 life points when your Skullcrabat Joker goes to the graveyard.
And then Yuya cheats.
Wait. What is happening? What's going on? Why isn't your Skullcrabat Joker in your graveyard?
I decided to put it in
And
the
why
extra deck
did
instead.
you lose 1,800 life points?
Let me teach you a little lesson, Yusei.
And this is the part about
Because my
pendulums I still
Performapal
don't like.
Skullcrabat Joker,
Though I
like each of
admit,
the other monsters
I'm
on
not
my
a fan of
field, is
pendulums,
a
but I have
pendulum
calmed
monster.
down with it
And when
recently,
when
because
pendulum
Master
cards are
04 just
destroyed,
completely
or would
butchered them to
otherwise
death
be
to the point
sent
where we'd be like,
from the
okay,
field
bring it
to
back
the
from the extra deck.
graveyard, they go to the
have
extra
no
deck
extra monsters
instead
on.
of the
Fine by me.
graveyard. Since my Skullcrabat Joker doesn't go to the graveyard, Armory Arms effect doesn't reduce my life points.
Wait. A group of monsters that start out in the main deck but move into the extra deck over the course of the duel? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
We'll get
Either way,
crazier.
my Stardust Charge Warrior isn't finished
Yusei,
with
you
you.
need to learn of the
Stardust
evolution,
Charge Warrior, attack and destroy. Performapal Bubble Bow Wow.
I lose 700 life points and my Bubble Bow Wow goes face up to my extra deck.
I think there's only
Now,
creative in this one. We
attack
keep making
Yuya's
jokes about
Odd-Eyes
how they keep
Pendulum
going
Dragon.
with the extra deck.
I lose
These
another
pendulums star
500
in the
life
deck and
points
go to
and
the
send
extra
my
deck. It's
Odd Eyes
somewhat
Pendulum
different.
Dragon to my extra deck.
You may have
Pendulums
survived
that
the
are from the extra
turn,
deck, I
but
think we
now
all
your
have to be
field
like,
is
okay,
empty, and you've
We need a
fallen
20
way
card extra
behind.
deck.
I said 2 cards face down and end my
We get to the
turn.
point where there's so many
It's
summoning
your
so many
move.
mechanics in the extra deck that we're gonna
My
have to have
field
one summoning
was
mechanic
empty,
for every
but I'm
single
about to
type
fill
of
it back up.
monster that can go in the
How?
extra
You
deck.
only have 2 cards in your
One fusion,
hand.
one Xyz,
You'll
one
see
synchro,
soon
one pendulum.
enough.
Wait, no,
First,
not one pendulum.
I activate
one length,
Pot
one
of
evolution,
Greed.
one blank.
This card lets me draw. Thank you.
I remember when
This card lets
I
me
remember
draw
when
2
Yuya activated
cards.
Pot of Greed.
Next,
Oh wait, that
I
never
summon
happened.
Performapal's second donkey to my field.
What?
Yes, sir.
It's a non-pendulum.
Since I have 2 cards in my pendulum zones, second donkey's effect lets me add any Performapal monster from my deck to my hand. And I'll add Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer to my hand. Next, I pendulum summon Performapal Bubble Bow Wow, Performapal Skullcrabat Joker,
I just
and
start with
Odd
Odd
Eyes
Eyes.
Pendulum
Those dudes on
Dragon
top
from
right
my
there.
extra deck, and Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer from my hand.
Let me see
No
in defense.
way. You can pendulum summon monsters from your hand and extra deck?
Yes.
That's right.
Oh.
Now, I have 5 monsters on my field. Next, I activate the effect of my Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer. By destroying the 2 cards in my pendulum zones, I get to add 2 Performapal monsters from my deck to my hand. I'll destroy Performapal Odd Eyes Unicorn and Performapal Odd Eyes Light Phoenix, sending them to my extra deck, and then add Performapal Spring Goose and Performapal Sleight Hand Magician to my hand. Next, I
Interesting
tribute
thing about pendulums
Performapal
is the
Second
fact that
Donkey to special
Once
summon
they were introduced,
Performapal
Konami
Sleight
realized, you
Hand
know what?
Magician from
They're
my
just
hand.
special summon it non-stop. We
I
can
can
make
special
terrible
summon my
cards then.
Performapal Sleight Hand
Look at
Magician
the actual
simply
stats on
by
Spring
tributing
Goose. It's like
any
something from
Performapal that
2002.
isn't a pendulum monster. Now
like
I
Legend of
activate
Blue
my
Eyes or
Sleight Hand
something.
Magician's effect.
Terrible.
By discarding a card from my hand,
The effect is
I
much better.
destroy your Stardust Charge Warrior.
Oh no.
Now your life points are wide open. Performapal
Yeah, well, your
Sleight Hand
goose was
Magician.
cooked.
Use your 2,500 attack points to finish Yusei off.
I activate Stardust Respark.
Ooh.
Since your Performapal Sleight Hand Magician's attack points are greater than my life points, this card negates your attack and lets me draw a card. Then, I special summon Stardust Dragon from my extra deck. Come forth, Stardust Dragon! That's right, Stardust Dragon.
Your
Still
Stardust
played
Dragon
today.
is the only thing standing between me and victory.
10 years
and
later,
my Odd
Synchro
Eyes
still
Pendulum
used.
Dragon is just as strong as it is. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, attack
Meanwhile,
and destroy
when's the last time
Yusei
you saw a
Stardust
fusion that wasn't
Dragon.
mass
Hold
change
it right there,
or
Yuya.
invoked?
I'll activate my Scrap Iron Scarecrow. That's right. Just like it did it last turn, my Scrap Iron Scarecrow negates your monster's attack and then returns face down.
You'd be like, why don't I run
Performapal
MST?
Pendulum Sorcerer,
You run
Performapal
Pot of Greed, but
Skullcrabat
not
Joker,
MST.
and Performapal Bubble Bow Wow are all weaker than my Stardust Dragon, which means that my Stardust Dragon
Nirvana
and my
High
life
Paladin
points
bullshit
have
effect.
survived your pendulum summon.
I set one card before ending my turn.
You may have 5 monsters on your field, but as long as I have Stardust Dragon on mine, I'm still in this duel.
Diffusion
I
wave
activate
motion
my
for
face down
dragons.
card, Graceful Revival. I bet you remember my old friend Tuningware. It can be used as a level 1 or level 2 monster in a synchro summon, and lets me draw a card when it's set to the graveyard as a synchro material. Graceful Revival summons it back to the field. Next, I activate the effect of Jet Synchron in my graveyard. By discarding a card from my hand, I can special summon Jet Synchron back to the field. I discard Rush Warrior to special summon Jet Synchron. But that's
Hey,
not
Yusei,
all,
what do you think
Yuya.
about the new Mega Tin?
I
Everyone
activate the
hating on
effect
it.
of my Rush Warrior. By banishing it from my graveyard,
Meanwhile,
I
I still
can return
can't
any
get it.
Synchron monster from my
None
graveyard
of the stores
to my
I have
hand.
are carrying it for
I
some
banish
reason.
Rush Warrior from my graveyard to return Synchron Carrier to my
I don't
hand.
know what's going on. Either
Now
they
I
ran out of stock
summon
so quickly, or they
Synchron
just
Carrier.
haven't restocked for it yet.
I tune my level 1 Jet Synchron with my level 2 Synchron Carrier and my Tuningware to Synchro summon the
Another
level 5
armory arm.
Tuner Synchro Excel Synchron.
Oh, I
So
love
it's
this.
a tuner and a synchro.
Let's make a
That
bunch of
is
cards that can be
fascinating.
only synchros. I'm using a synchro tuner monster
Now I
and
draw
2
one
synchro
card thanks to
monsters,
the effect of Tuningware.
and then introduce Master Rule
I
4.
activate the effect of my Excel Synchron. By
Ciaru
sending
Skull
Turbo
Dread is the
Synchron
only
from
one
my
who could
deck
probably
to
get
my
the thing out so
graveyard, I
quickly.
reduce my Excel
Because
Synchron's level by 1.
Ultimate with
Now,
Ciaru Skull Dread
Stardust
and Light
Dragon,
Swords.
attack and destroy Yuya's Performa Pal Skullcrobat Joker.
You can all bitch about
You
Master Rule
lose
4 all you
700
want. I
life
am so
points.
fucking grateful it
I'll
killed
return my
Ultimate
Skullcrobat
Isolde, 'cause I was
Joker to
sick
my
of
extra
facing that
deck.
thing in
It's
every
over,
single
Yuya.
fucking
I
duel
activate
ever.
Limit Overdrive. This quick play spell card lets me combine a synchro tuner and synchro non-tuner to
It's also
summon a
a
synchro
reference.
monster whose level is equal to the sum of my 2 monsters' levels. I combine my level 8 Stardust Dragon and level 4 Excel Synchron to summon my
Level
ultimate
12.
monster, Stardust Seifer Divine Dragon!
I summon Wilfredo Wilshock.
My Stardust Seifer Divine Dragon stands strong with 4,000 attack and defense points. And since I'm still in my battle phase, it can still attack. Stardust Seifer Divine Dragon, attack Performa Pal Bubble Bow Wow and end this duel!
I activate my trap card, Command Performance.
What?
As long as I control a Performapal monster,
No,
this
okay,
card
just
stops your
Performapal on the
attack
bottom.
and switches your Stardust Seifer Divine Dragon into defense mode.
Good move,
Woo.
Yuya, but even in defense mode, you'll still need to overcome my dragon's 4,000 defense points.
Wait, why did
It's
Mega
your
Capital
turn.
G switch it to 1,000
I can
ADP?
still win this duel.
It's a card
I
game.
draw. First, I activate Pot of Riches. This card lets me
You
send
really
3 of the
1,000
Pendulum
AP for
monsters in my
cards?
extra deck back to my main hand and draw
New
2 cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh game. You can smell
What
your
an awesome
monsters.
draw.
They're
I
cards.
activate Performapal Monkey
one
Board in my
cares.
Pendulum Zone.
Oh God.
That's
Remember
right.
the 2 weeks that we had
This card's
thing at
pendulum
3?
effect lets me search my deck for any level 4 or lower Performapal monster and
I
add
have never
it to
seen
my
an emergency
hand.
ban on this
I'll
before,
use
but
its
thanks to
effect to
Monkey
grab
Board, we learned one.
Performapal Camelump from my
We just
deck.
saw one. Although, given the
Next,
fact that
I
we're
activate
Master Rule 4, I think
Performapal
Monkey Board could
Camelump
be
in my
attempting
Pendulum
at one.
Zone.
Hey, pendulums have been butchered thanks to
Once
Master
per
Rule 4.
turn,
Let's at least
I can
give
use
it
my
a try,
Camelump's
maybe.
effect to decrease
And
one
use
of your
emergency
monster's
ban list it
defense
back if
points
it
by
doesn't work.
800,
You're not
and let
losing
one
an
of
amount for
my
this.
monsters inflict piercing damage.
Well, that
I'll use
requires Konami to
Camelump's
remember that
effect
they
to
have a
reduce
ban
your
list, and that's
Stardust
just not
Seifer Divine
happening.
Dragon's defense points to 3,200 and allow my Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon to pierce through it.
My Stardust Seifer Divine Dragon is still way stronger than your monsters.
For now.
Ho ho!
I activate the effect of the Performapal Spring Goose I discarded earlier. By banishing Spring Goose from my graveyard, I get to return 2 of my Performapals from my field to my hand. I use my Spring Goose's effect to return Performapal Monkey Board and Performapal Camelump to my hand.
You're gonna reactivate them, aren't you?
Next, I activate the effect of my Performapal Sleight Hand Magician. By discarding Monkey Board from my hand, I get to destroy your Stardust Seifer Divine Dragon.
Nice try. It has
You
an
didn't think
effect.
my Stardust Seifer Divine Dragon was going down that easily, did you? I activate my Divine Dragon's special ability. Once per turn, I can negate the effect of one of your monsters and then destroy a card on your field. I'll negate your Performapal Sleight Hand Magician's effect and destroy your Sleight Hand Magician.
Why is Pot of Riches
What
still
a
on the
show!
field?
Now I can reactivate Performapal Camelump in my Pendulum Zone. This time, I'll activate its effect to allow my Bubble Bow Wow to inflict piercing damage and reduce your Stardust Seaver Divine's Dragon's defense points by another 800. Now it's down to just 2,400 defense points.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh is right,
Fuck you,
Yusei.
Yuya.
Now I'm inviting one more pal to the party. I summon Performapal Elefhammer.
What?
I can normal summon my Elefhammer without tribute whenever I have 2 or more Performapals on my field. My Elefhammer has 2,600 attack points. Now I switch my Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer into attack mode. Finally, I activate this spell card, Performapal Dramatic Theater. This card increases the attack points of each of my monsters by 200 for each type of monster on my field. Since I have a Beast, Spellcaster, and Dragon on my field, each of my 4 monsters gains 600 attack points. Elefhammer, attack and destroy Yusei Stardust Seaver Divine Dragon.
Let me play an old friend once again.
Scrap Iron
I activate
Scarecrow.
Scrap Iron Scarecrow to negate your attack.
I still have 3 monsters that can attack.
And Odd-Eyes does
Bow
double
Wow,
piercing damage.
use your 2,900 attack points to attack and destroy Yusei's monster.
Well, thanks to my Stardust Seaver Divine Dragon's effect, the first time any of my cards would be destroyed each turn, it's not destroyed.
What?
That means my Stardust Seaver Divine Dragon isn't going anywhere.
You use that effect
Even
already,
so, since
to...
my Camelump's ability
fight
let my
Cypher
Bubble Bow
very
Wow
often.
deal
I wouldn't-
piercing damage, you lose life
Mainly
points
due to the
equal to the
Rule 4.
difference between my monster's attack points and your
Why don't
monster's
you know
defense
any of these
points.
cards, James?
That
Blame
means
Master
you lose
Rule 4.
500 life points.
It's the way of doing things in Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowadays.
And now that your Stardust Seaver Divine Dragon has already protected itself once, it's vulnerable to my next attack. Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon, attack and destroy Yusei Stardust Seaver Divine Dragon.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Your Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon has 3,100 attack points, but my dragon only has 2,400 defense points. Since your Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon inflicts piercing damage, I'm going to lose 700 life points, and my dragon will be destroyed.
Actually, Yusei,
Do we need to put
hate to
that long
break it
term?
to you, you're gonna lose 1,400 life points. Whenever my Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon attacks a level 5 or higher monster, any battle damage that it
Thank God
inflicts
they
is
changed that when I
doubled.
actually got in the games with just
This isn't good.
anytime
No,
attacks
it
period
sure
on a
isn't.
monster.
You have no cards on your
I know
field
why
that you
they
can
did it
use,
for the
and
anime,
only
because
300 life
the other
points
Dimension
left.
Dragons, but I
It's
could
over,
totally see Konami
Yusei.
doing that for the
Performapal
actual
Pendulum
cards.
Sorcerer.
Fortunately, they
End
didn't.
this duel with a direct attack.
Hold it right there.
Scrap Iron Scarecrow again.
Are you guys ready for this move?
What?
I discard Swift Scarecrow from my hand to stop your attack and end your battle phase!
He got really excited
Good save,
for discarding a
but
card.
with no cards left in your hand and only a Scrap Iron Scarecrow on your field, this duel is as good as over.
I don't
you're
know
confused
about
with
that,
Battle
Yuya.
Fader.
Let's see how it plays out, new friend. As long as I'm still fighting, this duel isn't over. I draw. I activate Pot of Desires.
Ah, my favorite Yusei card.
Now, by banishing the top 10 cards of my deck face down, I draw 2 cards from my deck.
Everyone's like, oh my god, a Neg 9, what are they thinking?
Oh, just what I wanted.
Who would have
I
guessed?
activate the effect of my fallen Stardust Seaver Divine Dragon. By banishing it from the duel, I get to special summon any Stardust monster from my graveyard. I banish Stardust Seaver Divine Dragon from my graveyard to special summon Stardust Charged Warrior back to the field.
Play the generic rock
Now I
music.
equip my Stardust Charged Warrior with Fighting Spirit, and united we stand.
Woo.
Pause for effect. Fighting Spirit increases my Stardust Charged Warrior's attack points by
1,200.
300 for each monster on your field,
And then United
for
will
a
give me
total of
800,
1,200.
give me 2,000.
United We Stand
Let's get
increases
attack
my
points of
monster's attack points
4,000.
by 800 for each monster on my field. Even though my Stardust Charge Warrior is by itself on my field, it's never alone. Its friends are all here in spirit, granting it a total of 800 attack points. Now,
You say it's holding
my
its own
Stardust
hand.
Charge Warrior has 4,000 attack points.
No way!
Yes way. Stardust Charge Warrior, attack and destroy, perform a PAL Elefhammer. Since Elefhammer has 3,200 attack points, you lose 800 life points. And don't forget, my Stardust Charge Warrior can now attack all of the special summoned monsters on your field.
Oh, Stardust Dragon, the original, of course.
Stardust Charge Warrior, attack Yuya's remaining monsters and end this duel.
Boom, boom, boom. Yay, Yuya lost. One of my Yusei fanboys, my favorite protagonist.
I can't believe I lost.
Believe it.
I really could have used some action cards, but I couldn't find any.
Oh God, imagine.
That was a tough duel, Yuya. And I bet it was as entertaining as a high-speed turbo duel.
You're right, Yusei. All that matters is that the audience enjoyed it. I'm going to keep practicing my dueling skills so I can master all sorts of new strategies. And then, I want a rematch.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm not.
Now, let's get back to the 2016 North American World Championship qualifier.
Later.